actually, it may be JJ that gets ganked instead of the top laner as he moves towards the river. Tarzan and Ala here, but he will spot them. They don't know he's there. Scout is moving over. This could get dicey for LNG. You can see Flandre grouping up as well. There's the knockup as Scout gets damaged down. There's First Blood instantly, and Ala slowed by the red buff. He will just look to slam that in the mid lane. It feels like the mid lane plates have started to become more and more of a priority for so many teams. Flandre gets knocked underneath the tower here. Package up to the top lane from doing B, but it's not really ideal. Bit too far back on the package, to be honest. And Flandre has to flash, but that's going to be it. Now TP into the mid lane, but that's 3 tower plates taken in that mid lane. And now an engage from Viper and Mako in the bottom side. Tarzan forced to flash or jump away, sorry, as he is that Mega Bear. Doing B throwing some rockets. EDG will be denied the engage, but even still, good damage coming out. No, and we talked about it before. When you fall behind on a poke composition, it sucks. It really does. And Tarzan wants to stop them falling behind as he goes for an engage. Jumps onto JJ as well. But Mako and JJ just going to walk away, somehow surviving. The tower went down during this, and Scout just walking towards 4. Scout and Viper both going crazy in the play as Tarzan survives under the tower, but no fear in the carries of EDG.
Not at all. Viper getting that huge Moonlight Vigil to help finish off Doomby. Tarzan now very low as EDG move in to contest the red. You've got to be so careful. Look at where Ala is. He has no control over his lane. And either you get the red here, or you get top tower, or you get both.
Oh, Iwandi swallows up his jungler to keep him safe. There's an Frost. Look at Viper's positioning right now. He's alone and will get knocked up by Iwandi. I don't think the rest of the team can follow up here. That's going to be a rumble, but it's denied by Tarzan. Viper should go down, but it's traded 1-for-1. JJ gets a gold drink to keep himself safe as well. Scout trying to turn it around. Blocks the zap as well. The teamwork out from EDG in this one is beautiful.
And it was so smart from Tarzan, like, stop the root cause of Viper's escape, but he has to overextend to do it, and Light just doesn't have the damage to carry through. Now Flandre still putting pressure on this top side.
Caught out by a cheeky little flag and drag here, and Mako follows up with the quickness. Tarzan using absolutely everything. We're halfway across the map from where we started the fight, but Tarzan now being devoured by Iwandi, but there's no way out of the Cataclysm. Iwandi flashes away. Now damage from doing B, and maybe EDG have gone too far. The rocket from doing B annihilates half of the squad from EDG. JJ slides on out, but he's 1 HP, and now the flank from Ala as well. This might be a full ace. This might be the moment as Ala flashes forward. Can't quite find the shock blast. Flandre and JJ have to back off, and Baron will be started just as we count them out. LNG come up swinging.
Warmogs has been picked up for JJ though. He's healing a substantial amount, so maybe he tries to look for the steal, but it actually looks like EDG just going to give this look for mid lane turret instead, but way overextended there for EDG. Right as we're saying it's slow and methodical, they just go gung-ho.
Certainly did. No fear in their hearts, and I understand why they were so confident. But oh, wait, Mako, that's not the place you want to be. There's a lot of LNG players right there. They get a Hex Gate out themselves. They got the blue buff and they're happy with that. They get a tower in the top side. I just said how EDG had found themselves 5k gold up in this game. Well, now it's 800 gold. That was a 4k gold swing in the last minute.
And remember what we said, JJ sometimes just goes that bit too far forward. Like, there isn't the follow-up here from EDG. And also, you can see Scout having growing pains in a second here on this AP rise. Moves into a position to tank up all the damage here. It's like, I'm a Rise. What are you talking about? You can't kill me. You're like, no. You're the AP build. You don't have the health bar to tank up that damage. And Viper, unfortunately, runs headlong into Ala. It's a disaster for EDG.
And it's worth mentioning as well that, yes, Corki did get nerfed, but this AP build still hits really hard. We saw 2B just absolutely shredding EDG. When you group up like that in jungle chokes, this AP Corki will still annihilate you with the big rockets. So you do have to be cautious. Scout has found Doing B though. There's an Everfrost. There's some damage and knock up, but Devour comes out from Iwandi. Saves Doing B's life. He backs out to safety. And once again, EDG are thwarted.
And LNG now just looking to open up with their pick.
They are, but EDG so far still full HP. Against this poke composition, no real poke has landed. So EDG still doing okay, trying to slowly but surely inch their way in towards the river. There's a bit of damage onto JJ as he moves towards the Drake here. Scout with a realm warp. They're looking for Allah. They're looking for a pick before the fight ever begins. Allah goes down. Beautifully executed from EDG. It's so clean.
The reposition's too difficult for LNG to deal with, and that third dragon now for EDG, and also with a wave on bot. Potential here for them to just try and take that and drive it home to that inhibitor turret. You can see LNG realize this as resets start to come through for light. Doomby would try and push out this top wave, but I'm not sure. They may just lose the entirety of their bot side here. Through the side lanes, we want the Baron.
Yeah.
And EDG aren't here.
They're doing it damn quick. Flandre trying to move in. He's almost Mega Gnar at this point. This could be the opportunity. JJ goes in with the Cataclysm. In goes Flandre into the pit. It's smited by Tarzan. But can they win the fight? Moonlight Vigil onto 2 in the back line. Tarzan tagging up. Light low on HP. Mako gets the knock and finishes the kill off. 3v3 as Tarzan escapes the pit.
2 kills go either side, but that Baron goes to LNG. And we saw what that siege potential could do in the last one. EDG just not able to get out of base quick enough, and LNG punish.
Oh!
Mako!
Where did he go? 2v1 shot him. What was that?
I don't know why Mako was there. Everyone's trying to reset. You're trying to get back and make sure that you're able to... Allah.
Allah's been found. There's a Hex Gate there, but Scout's not going to let him go to it. Flash over the wall. There's the Everfrost. See you later, Allah. Scout has a target on Allah's head. There's a red dot on his forehead, and Scout's the sniper.
And Scout's got the Rabbit Dabba Doodles on his head as well with that Rabbit on Death Cap completed. But here, JJ now going in. Doesn't quite get the smite, but the positioning here for LNG is great. Allah over the wall means that you just can't really touch him. Doomby kind of firing from the back line. He's able to escape, but just a great steal from LNG to manage to get in, knowing that Mako had to go for the reset. And Doomby, I mean, this is just blind. I'm not sure. Like, obviously, the big one just hitting hard there for Mako.
I love that it's the Krug that finishes him off. The Krug just punishes him. This is my jungle. This ain't your jungle. This doesn't belong to either of the junglers. This is the last one to Mako. Moonlight Vigil with the Gravitum as well. The follow-up from EDG. Do they have the damage, though? Mako with the quickness. But it's not working out. Flandre finally turns Mega. It's going to be light falling. Maybe with the carry gone, EDG can salvage this fight, but I don't think so as LNG chase for more. Scout 1 HP. Viper has to go Super Saiyan if they want to win this fight. Viper and Scout escaping together. The healing from the red buff working wonders for Scout, but a Shock Blast still going to do big damage onto him. Mako regrouping with the team. LNG find yet another scrap.
And the problem for EDG is that they're not getting access to the back line. They get light, but Doomby's still there. Allah's still up and available, and there's just EDG, no damage in the tank, no rush.
I don't know if that was my penance for insulting him. Flandre is taking a few rockets to the face, but that Randuin's paying dividends there. It's just going to be a bit of a poke war, and LNG will win a poke war every single time. Package here for Doomby. Not seen the most impressive packages so far across the course of this game, but perhaps an opportunity for redemption in terms of that ability, because the rest of his Corki gameplay has been pretty stellar so far. These rockets have been doing work for him and his team. It feels like no other team in the LPL is still willing to play Corki, but seems to be working out still for LNG.
Yeah, I think it's just how much control it gives over in the early stages, and this could have been the problem for LNG, but just EDG, that one overextension in the top side of LNG's jungle gives it away. Mako can just slap
Mako
it.
gets the crab. Yeah. Okay, burns up by LNG as Mako managed to get the Skull of Crab. There's a round warp from Scout behind enemy lines. Moonlight Vigils, Tarzan separated from his team. Scout with the flag. The rest of EDG follow up. They find the engagement. LNG half damage. Triple kill comes out from Doomby. We said he needed redemption, and he finds it. Double comes through for Light. The full ace for LNG.
And EDG are thwarted in the river. The package doing so much work for the side of LNG. Viper goes down, and now Light and Doomby will start to push in. Long death timers. LNG have won.
They've managed to pull it off in the end, 14-12. It looked doomed earlier on in the game, but EDG, one misstep in the jungle, they throw their lead, and LNG more than willing to capitalize, more than willing to put their foot down and crush EDG under heel. The Nexus will fall, and LNG on the cusp of redemption here as they...
not going to do so. And now JJ actually cancelled the Rift Herald. And with Doomby now being able to answer for the push in mid, looks like JJ a little bit scared on starting up, but Tarzan looking for the counterplay instead. Wants to see if he can go for the dive on bot side.
Andre going for a trade onto Ala, but once again just getting bodied here. Scout moving towards this bottom lane, as is doing B. No package available here. Tarzan wants to try and make a dive happen. Viper instant cleanse on that solar flare. That was gorgeous to watch, but Light has a lot of damage to work with. Viper gonna get his reset. No, he is. He's gonna go down. LNG pulling off an absolute criminal play here, and there's nothing EDG can do about it. Without, even with Scout moving, they can't turn it. Scout, I thought he was going to go more aggressive there. I thought he was going to go 1v4, but regardless, LNG win it out, and Ala might do the same on the top side of the map.
Now, phase rush to move away. Ala won't go in, but LNG are making the plays happen. TP from Doomby back to the mid lane to collect that wave as well, and Flandre wants it.
Oh, he certainly does, but he's not going to find it. JJ moving over as well. Ala maybe goes for a trade here.
It's a base.
Trying to look juicy. He's trying to look juicy. Flandre, the juiciest of them all, as JJ comes in. Gets onto Ala. The fear is there. Flandre can't finish the kill, though. Has to use his endless rage here. Will finally pull the trigger on the ulti, and Tarzan with the dubstep smite to finish it off.
The base into base.
He went for an extra auto on those back minions, and instantly he gale forces and flashes away. He knew he was stepping too far. But that does mean now, for a Herald fight, Viper, no flash, no cleanse, no gale force. He's going to be in a precarious spot if LNG can punish. Herald down to 5,000. His Scout is off on a flank, but he stood on a ward as well. EDG on the wrong side of the map here. I feel like LNG in a good spot, but Scout wants to go for the flank. In they go with the all-in Flandre behind enemy lines as well. JJ falls though, and Flandre's 1v4. He just doesn't have the damage to make that happen, or does he? Finds one for his trouble. LNG forced away here. They still win the fight though.
LNG are all so low. EDG still able to threaten here.
It's not that I dislike it inherently. I'm more just saying I need to see more from it. I need to be convinced on the pick because, again, we've not really seen it used that effectively so far in the LPL. Here we go. Drake coming up in 20 seconds, though, Dagda. And EDG would really love to grab this one. Flandre slowed by Tarzan, the zap, and a Gale Force as well. Means Flandre does get out to safety here. Scout just hanging out in the mid lane for the time being. He wants to be able to contest this next wave that arrives, but that might mean LNG can just start this one off for free.
Yeah, I mean, JJ has this Rift Herald, which you can place in the bottom side, but I don't know. It doesn't really feel like he's going to get much setup. LNG, though, haven't warded their flanks.
It's a 50-50 potentially, but JJ gets a fear onto 2 and B, jumps into the rest of his team once more, but he's just not tanky enough. The bailout will do no such thing. And now the rest of EDG aggressed upon Tarzan, has some damage. There's the dragon going down. Flandre onto the backline. He's onto 2 and B as well, but he can't quite finish that kill off. Gets his heal off, walks away with his life somehow. And EDG go 1 for 1, but ultimately they lost the Drake.
They lost the dragon, and honestly, they burnt a lot in that fight to try and make it happen, even been super sloppy. Like, no real contention of where they want to put their, there's no real idea where they wanted to put their early pressure. Now, that will be spotted with that rocket this time around. That LNG are on the Baron. EDG, I mean, you don't really have JJ here, I guess.
I mean, can they contest here? Realm Warp going to come on through from Scout and Mako. 3k on the Baron. Is it going to be a flip? Scout aggressed upon. Has the Zhonya's. Buys himself some time. Flandre already low as well, though. There's the big ulti coming out from Mako. Is it enough? Flandre on the backline knocked back by Ala, but Iwandi will go down as well. Surely flashes out, actually keeps himself safe. It's 1 pick for EDG. They back away once more, but they found a kill onto Doom B.
Yeah, 1 for 1. One kill going the way of LNG. EDG matched the back, but still have to be careful of LNG being able to aggress forward with the long.
To be the answer, I think. Him and Flandre, the solo laners from EDG, have to make it happen. But on the other side, Light is big, Doom B is big, Ala is big. There are 3 carries on the LNG squad. And they've been winning so far this game as they move in towards the potential soul here. Tarzan might just go for a 50-50 smite here. He doesn't actually have that much to lose. If EDG get this Drake, it doesn't matter too much for LNG. The 50-50 goes the way of Ala in the end. And now the fight ensues. Tarzan turns gold and Flandre in the middle of everyone. Maybe this is it for EDG. 2 kills, 1 for Viper. Is Doom B trying to escape, but the realm warp forwards. Can they find any more? Scout turns gold and keeps himself alive. Ala stunned against his support here, but Light charging forward, getting the resets. Bail out onto Viper. Viper falls though.
Light.
JJ in the back line. Light turning it around. Mako alone. And LNG somehow find it.
Light played that fight beautifully, putting himself right in the thick of EDG to carry LNG across the line. LNG now, they're pushing for the win. 30-second death timers. It's only Mako alive.
And once again, a singular fight in the late game, and LNG will close things out. Or will they? Mako alive. 10 seconds on JJ. Flandre coming up shortly as well. 10 seconds on Viper. One tower down. Is LNG trying to finish things off? Good CC out from Mako. He's buying as much time as he can. But the Nexus is bare. The respawns aren't there. And LNG make the upset happen. 2-0